Hello family, welcome back to the channel. And if this is your first time here, big welcome to the family. You are officially part of a space where your opinion really matters. Now, I came across this video of South African President Cyril Ramaphosa and something he said before going to the US, what happened after he came back from the US, and honestly, I don't know how to feel about this. I found it a bit amusing and I just had to share it with you guys so you can tell me what you think. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join the family where we keep it real and respectful. Alright, let's check the video.
When I meet him, I will tell him. I will say, you Donald Trump, you are even worse because your forebears came to America. They found the indigenous Americans. They wiped them out. They killed nearly all of them.
Oh shit. Kia perish. Brega to some for
So that was what he really said before meeting Donald Trump, and then after the meeting the energy just disappeared. He didn't even say half of the things he was so confident about before. That's actually funny, but things got even more interesting. Julius Malema, the EFF leader, came out to respond after the White House meeting between Ramaphosa and Trump, and he did not hold back. Malema basically said he's not the kind of person who would ever let Trump or the West intimidate him. He even blasted Ramaphosa for being what he called a coward in front of Trump. As the president of the South Africa, someone shows you fake pictures trying to make your country look bad, and all you did was just sit down when you should call him out right there and then. That was the words of Malema. Now let me give you some context. Before the visit, Ramaphosa spoke strongly about resetting South Africa's relationship with the US. He said South Africa would not be bullied and called for open dialogue even when opinions differ. But during the meeting, Trump showed Ramaphosa some disturbing videos claiming there was a white genocide in South Africa using images of crosses that supposedly mark grave of white farmers. But those claims were debunked. Those crosses were actually part of a protest, not real graves. Still, Trump used them to paint a very negative picture of South Africa. Now, instead of confronting that narrative, Ramaphosa stayed calm and focused on trade, investments, and economic ties. Later, he called the meeting fruitful. But back home, a lot of South Africans felt disappointed. They expected more. Some felt the meeting was a step back rather than a reset. What was supposed to be a public relations when just didn't hit the mark. And that's when Julius Malema came in. He slammed Ramaphosa for not standing up more boldly. He even said he should have been there to confront Trump directly himself. He didn't just criticize Trump. He accused Ramaphosa of allowing thick stories to go unchallenged. Alright, let's hear what Malema said for yourself.
Never be intimidated by America. I will never be intimidated by Donald Trump. They were speaking about me in that meeting at White House. If they were not gossiping about me, they should have called me into that meeting. I would have answered everything that Donald Trump wanted from us. But ya transport ba ya ko America ba yo bua ka nna slege. If they are not scared of me, call me into that meeting. That nonsense that Trump did in America, he will never do that nonsense in my presence because I will confront him here and there with the facts. Ramaphosa could not present the facts in front of Donald Trump. You've got a coward president. He left here. Ariana, he won't be bullied. When he arrived there, he was shaking. Atatazela, Achaba Donald Trump didn't scared of another president. Donald Trump said to him, when you say farmers, you mean white people. He kept quiet. Farmers do not mean white people. They are black farmers. They are white farmers. Ramaphosa is a farmer himself. He should have said to Donald Trump, no, farmers are not white. I'm a farmer myself. I am not white. Why didn't he present that simple fact before Donald Trump? Why didn't he say, there are so many people killed in South Africa and majority of them are blacks? There is no white genocide in South Africa. Bammonchatsila with crosses. He opens his eyes in shock. I know South Africa with my eyes closed. He's unable to tell Donald Trump that is not a picture. South Africa, this picture does not belong to us. We don't have mass graves of white people in South Africa. Comrades, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, Donald Trump says to him, hey Ramaphosa, why are you not arresting this Julius Malema? Why is this Julius Malema not in jail? He can't respond with a simple fact that this song killed the Boer, killed. He failed to defend the Constitutional Court. By failing to defend the Constitutional Court, it means he failed to protect the Constitution. And when you fail to protect the Constitution as a president of the country, you have failed in your primary duty of defending the sovereignty of South Africa. Ramaphosa, it's a failure. But you must understand one thing. When Trump says, why is this man not in jail? Why is this man not arrested? He simply means, why is this man not dead? Why are you not killing this man who wants to kill for white people? In that White House, my ticket was taken out. They called for my life with an attempt to silence me. They will never kill me again because where I am dead. Because black people are dead. Black people have got no dignity. Black people have got no human rights. Black people cannot determine their own destination. They are waiting on the white supremacists to tell them which direction to take. What is this life we are living of being cowards? I'm not going to be silenced by threat of violence. I'm not going to be silenced by threat of death. When you say don't jail him, Ramaphosa should have said, in South Africa we don't jail people like that. There are courts in South Africa and the courts have said there is nothing wrong with this song. This is not my song. I did not compose this song. I found this song. The struggle heroes composed this song. All I'm doing is to defend the legacy of our struggle. This is a heritage of our struggle. This is the song that was sung by Peter Mokaba in the presence of Chris Hani, in the presence of Winnie Mandela. And therefore, I will never stop singing a song that Winnie Mandela sang before she died. That will be a betrayal to the struggle of our people. Comrades, when they say stop singing, kill the Boer, kill the farmer, they are going to say to you, stop demanding the land. Because you are offending white people. Don't talk about the land. When you stop the land, they say black people must go back to Bantu education. There must be African schools. When you say no, they say no, that is not allowed. Today, a tender is given in White House without advertisement, where Rupert stands up and says, why is Elon Musk Starlink not given an opportunity in South Africa? Elon Musk's business cannot come to South Africa if it's not compliant with 30% BEE. What he did, Ramaphosa, after they asked him that, the following day, they issue out that they want to relax the BEE deals so that this Starlink can come into South Africa. There is no such a law in South Africa. That Starlink will not come into South Africa if it's not compliant with the BEE. We are not saying 30% must go to one individual. 30% must go to black people, as many as possible, because we want to benefit from our own economy. Comrades, we must never be dictated to by business. I long told you, South Africa, that we are captured by Ruperts, that our country is run by Ruperts. How can a minister of international relations sit in a meeting? But Malema, Mara no is a good boy. Is a what is your problem? The whole Minister of International Relations goes and sit in a meeting that deals with international issues outside the country and never uttered a word. But businessmen, the golf players are speaking, but you, the politician, who's supposed to speak on those matters, you are quiet. Why do you still want to earn a salary after being quiet? Why can't we give this salary to those white people? Because they are the ones who are speaking there. All white people who were in that house from South Africa, all of them spoke. All of them, including John Steinhuisen. What gave them the ticket to speak on behalf of our country? It was their color. Only the color of their skin is the one that gave them permission to speak at the White House. Lamula was there. Kumbuzo was even worse. So why should we allow that? Comrades, this country will never be free as long as what 16 does not have clean water.
You know, watching Ramaphosa's reaction, or should I say lack of reaction in front of Trump, really made me think about the kind of leadership Africa needs right now. And I couldn't help but compare it to what's happening in Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Traoré. Traoré is just 36 years old, but he has become a symbol of resistance across the continent. Why? Because unlike many leaders who play it safe or stay quiet to please Western powers, he's chosen to stand firm, to speak the truth, and to put his people first. He made it clear that Africa can no longer be bullied or manipulated with fears, loans, or false narratives. He talks about dignity, self-reliance, and the need to break free from the colonial grip still controlling so many of our systems. Now look at the difference here. Ramaphosa gets shown false image just smiles through it, choosing diplomacy over defense. But Traoré, he would have called it out right there with fire in his voice and clarity in his words. This is not to disrespect anyone, it's just to wake up for us as Africans to ask, what kind of leadership do we need? Do we want leaders who seek approval from the West, or those who fight for the truth no matter who is watching? Because it's not just about politics here, it's about honor, truth, and the future of our children. We are living in a time where silence is no longer neutral. When you are silenced in the face of lies, you are not just being polite, you are giving those lies power. So family, what do you think? Was Ramaphosa being strategic, or did he play it too safe? Was Malema right to call him out? Drop your thoughts in the comment. I really want to know what you think. And if you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, and share this video so more people can join the conversation. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Comment, like it, subscribe it. Atoma no photo or my catch us the latest. Any exclusive via beto from Nubinya. Na buana ma biasa no itimi akonkanya kupon show. Na onyo kese eso benisa ete. Amamen.